Zdenka Bardzic often wonders what she did to deserve this. She worked all her life as a music teacher. The little bit of money she and her husband managed to set aside went into a fund managed by the Archdiocese of Maribor. It was called the Bell, or Zvon in Slovenian.
We decided to invest everything in Zvon. After all, it was a church initiative, and we said, the church is honest. It will pay attention to how the money is handled. So our whole family put their money in. My husband and I and my daughter. Our friends too. We decided together.
The Archdiocese of Maribor founded Zvon I and Zvon II shortly after Slovenia gained independence. The church then began investing in construction companies, publishing houses, breweries and telecommunications firms. Things were fine for a while, but when the economic crisis hit Slovenia, the house of cards collapsed. Zvon I and Zvon II went broke.
We just waited it out. That was our savings for old age. And then all of a sudden, the news came that it went under, and we had lost everything.
No one knows how much money was involved. Some say around 800 million euros. It's still legally unclear whether fund managers or church representatives were to blame. Rome took disciplinary measures and forced 3 bishops to resign. Slovenian church experts say that the Vatican was primarily concerned with making an example of the dismissed priests.
I don't think they were involved to the extent that they actually deserved what they got. You know, there have been cases of bankrupt dioceses in Germany, but no cardinals or bishops were forced to resign. I think this was the result of an intrigue and information that the Vatican really didn't confirm.
Businessman Rolando Krajnik believes that the lay managers of the investment company have gotten away with it. He invested tens of thousands of euros in the holding companies.
The bishops who had to resign were just a drop in the bucket. The directors of Zvon were the ones who made the wrong investment, and they knew it was wrong. Nothing's happened to them.
The Bishop of Celje has now been given responsibility for Maribor as well. He doesn't deny the church played a role in the scam. After all, tens of thousands of faithful investors lost everything.
When a test like this comes, like what's happened in the Maribor diocese, then human weakness is to blame. A few people simply didn't account properly, and maybe they were a bit too imaginative.
That has left the church in Maribor owing banks about 37 million euros and fighting for its survival. Nearly all its property, including the Archbishop's residence, have been mortgaged. The bank right next door has even gone to court to get the money it's owed. At Saturday Mass in Maribor's Cathedral of St. John the Baptist, many are praying that the diocese will make it through. There's little comfort that church leaders have said the profits from the investment firms will be used to finance pastoral work in the congregation. The moral responsibility remains a heavy burden. Church leaders continue to insist that the diocese violated church laws with its speculative ventures. Bishop Lipovšek has just returned from Rome, where the Vatican denied him a 40 million euro loan.
They've told us that there's no chance that we'll get any money. We have to cope with it ourselves, with the help of the Bishops' Conference.
There's been an offer of aid from the neighbouring city of Graz in Austria. Talks between the Austrian bishop and the banks may save at least a few of the church buildings. But the loss of faith is more difficult to restore.
The church wanted to get into business instead of worrying about morality, like a company. That's wrong.
Now people are losing faith in the church's benevolence because everything is all about money.
The church should pay back the people it owes money to.
Zdenka Bajic agrees, but she's long lost confidence that will ever happen.
That's not a church for me. It's not God. Those are just common fraudsters.
Her husband, in the meantime, has since passed away. Now Zdenka has to make do with her €500 monthly pension. She has no savings. But that's life, she says.